Hey everybody, what's crack-a-lacking? Give me a 5 for 5, and yeah, we'll get to it, guys. I was planning on doing a longer live stream earlier today, and but this comet and this CME and everything else that's going on in the world has got a lot of people distracted and everything. But yeah, um, we're going to go through this fairly quickly. I would assume this isn't going to take very long. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Didn't mean for that to happen. Hey, J Poss, 5 for 5. Thanks, guys. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just give this quick little rundown, and I'll throw my intro in there, and then we'll get going. So, guys, this is Comet PANSTARR. I forget the numbers. There's a bunch of Comet PANSTARRs, but let me go ahead and run this for you real quick. Check this out. This is Earth. Sun's over here. Look at how long this tail is. It's crazy. I mean, like crazy long. We'll dig more into the details of this in a minute. And a CME did hit the comet. We're going to see if it has any extra effect. It could, but the chances of that, I'll just say right now, are low. Plus, the comet's now coming into view on LASCO C3. Right here it is. This is from our point of view. This satellite is 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun, but it's from our perspective. That's all I'm going to say about that. Plus, we're getting some rapid brightness, but it isn't because of the sun. Yeah, so we'll go over that too. Here is the biggest X flare in CME from the X flare, and this is a significant one. It's very, very significant. We got lucky that it wasn't fired right at us, but there's a few more that I'm going to show you. But this is SDO. I'm not going to worry about that particular, well, I guess I could try to play it. This thing was still trying to load, guys. Well, there's part of it right there. But we'll go over this one here in just a minute. But this one here is one of the most visual, the 131. Again, this is in low Earth orbit, and it's from our point of view. So you can see it. Yeah, you can see that. and again, we'll go over that in a little bit more detail. So yeah, and this is Dr. Tony Phillips, spaceweather.com. He's speaking about the brightness of this comet, and we'll go over that too. Plus a geomagnetic storm from everything I just said. So I don't anticipate this one being a very long one. So I would hope that you guys could. I'm going to get back in my routine, and that's what's happening. So here we go. Let's do this real quick. I'm gonna run my my intro. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Thanks for being here. I plan on doing some members only streams this week also. So I was gonna do this yesterday, and this thing just never did hit. I was talking to my moderators and stuff in the background, and I was waiting on it to hit so I could come on here and show you what was happening with that hitting, and it hasn't hit yet. We've had some increase in geomagnetic activity right here. That's just the index that they use, the KP, to measure that, how strong they are, G1 to G5. But up here are your flares. Okay, you see this is X flare range right here. Now, they gauge flares by the amount of X-ray that's being hit, right? And the X-rays get here in like 8 minutes, so there are no warnings. Okay, if anybody tells you you're going to get a warning for an X flare, they're wrong. So yeah. Hey, IG, so good to see you, girl. Hope you're doing well. Still praying for you, sister. All right, but they are still calling for a 15% chance of more X flares and more than 50% chance of R1 to R2. Okay. Oh, by the way, Chance, I always make the moderators over on Marfugal. I make them moderators here too. If you don't want it, I can take the wrench back if you don't want it. But it's just something I do. Okay, so yeah, you got this happening too. So this is why, right here, these are the sunspots. Okay? This right here is why we're getting the increased chance of flaring. And this one here is right in front of Earth right now. And so, yeah, we're going to have to watch that. And that's visible light. That's not showing you magnetism. But these are starting to become more and more complex, which means that they're going to start interacting with itself, basically. And you'll get reconnection events, and those reconnection events are flares. Now, I can't tell you how strong they are. Nobody can. They can't tell you how strong they're going to be. They can just give you what NOAA is doing right here, and they're going to give you a percentage. So, yeah, I don't want to keep you guys here on these graphs. Graphs are so stinking boring. But this is NOAA's forecasting model for CMEs. This was last updated on the 23rd, it looks like. No, 25th. Or late today on the 24th. Like a day ago. So, but this is showing you the mess that's coming. And this is a top-down view right here, and this is a side cut. Now, the green lines is the conditions at Earth, and the red lines is the conditions at Stereo A. So, we're looking at density here. Now, you can see how we really got kind of lucky. Because if all of these had been coming straight at Earth, all of them would have hit the comet. All of them would have drug whatever material was there our direction. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, you can see. Now, these are forecasting models. This is a 2-day historic, and then it tries to forecast 5 days out, and I don't trust it 5 days out. I'll trust it a day or two, because they're usually pretty close. But you can definitely see that these are significant CMEs. And they weren't all X flares. Some of them came from some M flares that were happening also. But the sun, it just all of a sudden woke up. And I'm going to suggest to you guys, and it may not have been exactly this way, okay? But in my opinion, this started to excite the sun. And what I mean by that is it started crossing the interplanetary magnetic field lines of the other planets and everything that's out there. Everything out there is connected to the sun, okay, including the comet. If you were naked in space, your left butt cheek would be connected to the sun. So what we're doing here is magnetically. Now, when this comet crosses over that, the comet's connected too. So now we got 2 or 3 different things into play. There's a whole lot of things that can be going on here. But the sun, when this thing started getting closer to where it was going to cross the ecliptic. Oh, shoot, I forgot to have that. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry about that. I got something else I want to show you guys. Let's just do this. I want the 3D. You guys can do this on your own, but I'm going to show it to you this way because if I can find the 3D, let's see here. Is it here? I don't want to see no map. We'll look at that in a minute, but maybe that's it. I don't know. That's the sky tonight. I want the 3D version so I could show it to you. We'll look at this in a minute. We'll mess with this at the end in case it takes me some time. But anyway, I'll be able to show you where that's at. It's crossing the ecliptic. And what the ecliptic means is nothing more than if you take the equator of the sun, okay, and you stretch it out infinitely, right? That becomes the plane called the ecliptic. And if you look at this NASA model, I'm going to use it so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. This is top down and this is side. So if you're looking at Earth from the side and the sun, this line right here, that's the ecliptic. This comet is coming in from up here between us and the sun, almost dead smack in the middle. So when it crosses these lines, these are interplanetary magnetic field lines, these dashed black and white lines. when it crosses those lines, you're adding a third magnetism to all of this. So if it has any kind of influence at all, and it does, okay, everything is influenced by everything out there. And you can see that even like Mercury back here, this yellow box, or this orange ball, I'm sorry, this orange ball is Mercury. Now Venus is here too. So we got a whole lot of alignments happening over here. It's almost like a trifecta between this, the comet, and Venus, and even us. We're like just all over here, right? There's a lot of things and very, very centralized in our inner solar system right now. And it started to make the sun just boom, 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 right? So that's what I'll say. And I'm just going to leave it at that on that part of it. But I am going to show you these X flares though, because I want you guys to see them, because they're, I always show X flares because it's it's the biggest of flares, right? I mean, so I'll just grab it. We'll try to find the best ones here. Okay, you see what it does when the camera gets flooded with light. That's an X flare. So if I back, so that would be kind of one of the more clearer pictures. And it's taken that X shape just because of the camera anomaly. Okay, it's a camera artifact. This is because of the light. It's how the camera interprets the light. You can look at any flare and it's going to have that X shape if you look close enough. Okay, it's just a bright flash of light. They call it an X flare because that's the top range. That's has nothing to do with what that is showing. It just happened to be that way. Now, and then there's a pretty clear picture too, but notice all this particulate just getting flung out into space. I mean, it's look at all that. Okay, that's all a bunch of plasma. It's material from the sun. And there's the other flare. Okay, that right there is, I think that might have been the biggest one. What time was that? At 18. Let's go up here and look. No, the first one, well, the first and the second one, which is the ones I just showed you. That one, that's at 1800, and if I back it up to here, there's the other one. That one I think would have been slightly more impactful for what we've got going on here. But yeah, so let me just keep moving here. And as you can see, guys, there it is. So there's really not much more to show you on that part of it, other than, hey, yeah, here it comes. I wonder if I can, because I do want to show it to you here, because we do get to see on the 304, this is an angstrom of light. This is ionized helium. Look at all that, guys. I've very rarely been able to show you guys a CME that has put that much stuff out into space in such a visual way. That is massive. Okay? Now, here's the thing. It ain't coming at us. That's going that direction. Okay? This is from our point of view. So if we can splash that down. Notice how some of it falls back. This is all done by magnetics and gravity. When I say that, these are magnetic connection lines back to the sun. All these little umbras. I can show you that better probably here. Yeah, let me do it this way. I might be able to show it to you better here. We'll see. You see these umbras right here? So that plasma is traveling on that magnetically. So it doesn't all leave the sun. It has to have escape velocity and been smacked out. It has to overcome the magnetics and gravity to get out into space. Okay? And that's what you're seeing right here. It's definitely impressive. Now, the other X flare, let's go see what it did. If I can, if it's going to let me. This thing loads kind of funny. And by the way, the NOAA website, and I find this, I wouldn't say strange to the point of concern, But when all this stuff started happening, I also want to point this out too. This is where we get to see the filaments. If you look over here, these filaments are just long magnetic ropes on the sun. When they erupt off, you don't have to have a flare to have a CME. They're two different things. So we had a filament over here fling off. See that? It's hard to see a little bit, but it flung out. That had nothing to do with the flare. Now, it could have been, that area of the sun could have been like, oh, I don't know, ejected out, I guess, and communicated with all the rest of the sun, which it happens. We get cumulative sunspots, which these will all communicate with each other, and they'll cause each other to act. So, yeah. Now, let's do this. I'm trying to see if I can't get... I could have swore that's where that other X-flare was. Sorry about that, guys. And again, this thing, it really does. So what I'll do is I'll just push play and let it load, see if it'll load some more. But that was impressive, okay? That's the only reason why I kept showing it to you. So, if we come back here and we look at this, I can back this up to the previous CMEs. I'm going to show you a couple CMEs here. Okay, if you look at the timestamp down here, you can see what time they happened. So if I, it's going to show us one at a time. Unlike this one, it's showing us all of them at the same time, which they're both useful in their own way. They're the same model, they just take certain aspects of data and interpret it just slightly different. Okay, it's called the end-little spiral model. And this is, we're kind of basically looking at density here. But you can see the top down, the side cut, and then you got this over here, it's our orbital line stretched out in a straight line. So those are three different axes that we look at, and if all three of them are showing a hit, then we're most likely going to hit. Hey, 14 members, baby, 14 months, baby, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Angel Wings, you guys go over and check out her channel too. She's killing it. She started making some content. At least the last I heard she did. I got her, well, we'll show her channel later on in the next show. I wish I had time to show it tonight, but I don't. So, but thank you, Angel. I appreciate you. Been here forever. Okay, so we're going to talk about this too. Okay, so what happens, guys? This is the comet, right? Look how long the tail is. This is Earth. Now, what we're not getting here is a like behind the Earth view. Just because this looks like this might hit Earth from here, doesn't mean that this comet is in direct line with Earth. Okay? I just want to make that clear because it is so important to understand perspective. Okay? Hey, Craig, what's happening, brother? I'm trying to get Angel's thing here. Hey, there you go. Hey, who's that? Who's that? Oh, the Awakening Patriots, 2 years. Holy crap. Love it. There's his. All right. And get over and check everybody out. Anybody's got channels, guys, if you're here and you're my moderator, you can put your links in the chat. Okay? Please do. Mist and Trinity and every. Hey, Wise Jen, good to see you, girl. You're always here. All right. So, this tail is very long. Right? But like I said, we got different perspectives. We don't know if this tail is actually going to hit. Actually, if you look at this and if you watch it, and I'm just going to start this up again, we're going to stop it there. If I back that up, okay? You see that? This was a big deal at first. Okay? Because if this had happened here, that meant that because the CME hit this comet up here. That's what happened to it. Okay? And as you can see, the tail looked okay. You just do it this way. Okay? Looks fairly straight. It had a little kink in it. It had been hit a couple times. But as you can see here, look, it got hit again, and look what happens. There's balls, high dense balls of that comet tail getting ripped off. They're called tendrils. All these are like the higher dense areas. They're like almost string-like, but they can be balls too. Missed! Jammers, it's your birthday, brother? Man, I didn't know that. Awesome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What's up? Yeah, happy birthday. You guys know that song is copyrighted? Ain't that stupid? That's so stupid. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. We'll get that up there for a minute. Miss, you're awesome, by the way. Guys, you guys got to understand, my moderators keep me sane. Just so you know. So, yeah. Okay. Now, let me, let's put Miss back up there for a minute. Guys, I'm a one-man show here, and I'm sorry I kind of slowed down here a little bit. And I understand I haven't been consistent, okay? So you guys understand that. I watched the video. I ain't going to talk about that right now. I'm going to stay concentrated here. I'm sorry. All right. So, guys, you see, if you look at this, I'm going to stop it right there. If you look real close, this comet tail's way over here. I don't know that I've ever seen a comet tail here. This is from Stereo A. All right, what's Stereo A? Stereo A is just a satellite. Let's do this. I'll pull another one up. Where is Stereo A? I'll just click and show you. Right here. Okay? This is Stereo A, and this is Earth. So, we're looking at the comet from over here. Right here. All right? So, with that said, we got to keep that perspective in line, right? So, this comet's being seen from over here. Now, this one is from our perspective. That's why it's coming in at such a high slanted angle. This is basically your vertical view, and this would be the side cut. Okay? You notice how the tail just kind of switches directions a little bit, right? As it moves. Why is that? The solar wind is what causes this tail. The interaction between the comet and the solar wind is what pulls that material that way. All right? And as you can see, if you were just to look at this, this would freak you out. I'm serious, it would. And that's why it's important to understand what we're actually looking at here. And I don't want to freak anybody out, and I'm not going to. Now, I've been talking to people in the background. There was a small chance, guys, that this thing could have really caused us some issues. Like I said a second ago, right about there, if that happens here, then we're talking about a possibility of this CME itself has dense enough to mess with us. Then we're talking about adding more right here. And if it impacts all at the same time, I mean, it could really cause issues. Plus, there's a phenomenon from all this particulate from the tail, and this is what the big thing was. There were some people that were talking, I'm just going to say it like that, some people in some NASA and Harvard, and I learned that from watching Suspicious Observer Ben. He did a video on that, and that's where I learned that. I give credit where credit's due, and that's where I learned it. I watched it. So, and I watch all of his videos. I suggest everybody do so. I'll say this, and I think he would probably agree with me on this. You don't have to like somebody to watch their stuff. You don't have to any of that stuff, right? I ain't saying I don't like Ben. I ain't saying any of that. I'm just saying that I've had he knows he's salty. He actually uses those terms. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it at that. He knows people. He's a very intelligent person. He knows people. Just like Tim at the Scope is so intelligent. It's free college, guys. Take advantage of it. Look past all the personal whatever and look at the information. You know, come here and we'll talk about the information and we'll be nice to you. Okay? That's what I do. That's just what I do. And I love you guys, and that's why. And I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying that that's how I roll around here. Now, I'm going to push start again. As you can see here, this tail, he you know, they were worried about this particulate and these tendrils hitting Earth. The higher dense tendril could hit Earth. If it did, it could actually affect our magnetic field enough that it would weaken it for up to 3 months. So if that was to happen, not to mention you're throwing, these are highly charged particles from the CMEs. That's plasma, right? Now you're taking comet material too. That's what we call meteorites. Okay? Solid particles. And there's gas in there too. Plasma. Right? But we're talking solid particles. And it can, you know, it can increase meteor showers. I heard somebody saying something about 1,000 meteors an hour, and all kinds of stuff, right? Now, I'm not saying any of that's going to happen. I don't know. I really honestly don't. What we got here? Deep Quake, my brother. Man, I was over on Matthew Shipley's channel the other day looking for you. I was, man. I was trying to, I needed some help and some advice. But guys, Deep Quake is awesome. You guys got to understand who that man is. And he needs prayers too. He's had some loss in his family. I'm not going to go into what, but I want you guys all to know. Who got the... Tom got one. Heather Forever. Exo Freestyle. Guys, tell him thanks, okay? Please. And start cashing in on these members stuff, guys. I've got some really cool things I'm going to give away. I've got a way now where we can play Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and stuff during my members only live streams. You guys get to participate. That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to play some games and give away some stuff. We have fun over there. And so if you guys want to be a member, please do. I did a members only about 2 weeks ago. I plan on starting to do them once a week, but I'm trying to get more consistent on just uploading and doing my live streams like I used to. I've been struggling with that lately. It's not a secret. It's not hard to see. I've had a lot of things going on, and it's my fault, not yours. And I apologize for that. And any negative stuff I get from that is my own fault. And I want you guys to know that. And anybody that's stuck with me, thank you. You guys are just the best people in the whole stinking world. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference for me and my family. I just want to make sure you guys know that. Okay. So, we got this ripping off, right? Right there. So when that rips off like that, man. So if we get, and I wanted to show you guys seeds too. So as we're looking at seeds, I want to go back to when these things happened. Okay, when did that CME happen? Again, this is from our perspective. So it would have been, what, the 24th? Yeah. This is the big day of the CMEs from the X-Flares. Okay? So, what we're looking at here, this is an occulter disk, right? It's a physical disk. The sun's right behind it. The sun's actual surface is this white circle. But notice that material I was telling you about, right? On SDO, this is a different satellite. The hotter material shows up bright, okay? And the darker shows up darker. So let me just slow this down a little. And there's some missing data here too. A lot of data was missing during these events, and I hate it when that happens. There's always a question of, was it done on purpose or was it just something that happened? And sometimes you just got to chalk it up as something happened, because when these satellites get hit with this stuff, if it can affect Earth's magnetic field, what do you think it can do to a satellite? I mean, come on, guys. And these satellites don't have the protection of our magnetic field. This one's 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun, out there by itself. So if it gets hit with something, this thing has been very durable. It's been up here for over 20 years now, I believe. It's crazy. But I also want to bring in and show you that I'm going to back this one out a little. I think it was the 13th. Guys, that ain't the only comet that's been coming around. Okay? I've been seeing a lot come in from this direction. And so let me go the next day. I forget what day. There was multiple days in a row that we had comet after comet after comet. They're called sun divers or sun grazers. Okay? And a lot of times they're not very visible. What day is this? The 15th? There's one. See it right there? Okay? So right there, look at that. Boom, boom, boom. That sucker didn't survive. It's gone. Sun ate it up. This is the next day. Let's go to the 18th. And notice how you start seeing CMEs get fired that direction. The sun is influenced by comets. The sun, just as much as the sun has influence over us, we influence it too. Okay, there's a reason why Jupiter's out there and the sun's where it's at and where we're at. Just those two bodies out there keep us where we're at. All right. So yeah, I would have to go back further, I think. So let's just let's do this. Let's go here. This is the 13th. I want to show you a few more comets, because some of these were very, very visual. Let's go to the previous day. There's one. I know you guys seen that one. Okay? I mean, these just kept coming, guys. It was crazy. It was. I bet, you know, when I don't make a video, I still look at this stuff. So if I think something's really, really serious, or I really want you guys to know something, I do come on no matter what. I will stop what I'm doing and show you. That's just what I do. I've always done that. And I haven't missed. Now look at that one. Now I think I showed you guys this one in my last video. Okay, so these are all, you know, don't think comets are a rare event. That ain't why I'm talking about this one. Okay, the reason I'm talking about this one is because of the possibilities of what it could have been doing. This tail, the position of it, and what the sun did when it got right in front of us. Okay? This thing was hit multiple times. So that also will show you the resilience of such a comet like this. It's a big one. It's diving in at an angle. It's not so close to the sun that it's going to kill the comet. It's about almost directly right in between us and the sun. So if you guys give me a second here, let me, there it is. Sweet. You ain't got to give me a second. Here we are. Awesome. Okay, this is a 3D, this is the sky live. This is current. Now, let's see here. I think I just want to show you guys this comet. So I can click off of this. Guys, if you guys don't know this tool, you should. This thing here is awesome. Okay, so I can do this, right? I can whip this in right here. We're going to take a view from Earth right now. So we can zoom in. Look at that. Okay? So, this is the sun, obviously. This is the comet's orbit. Notice it's not orbiting us, right? A lot of people get that confused. It's not. It's orbiting the sun. So I can actually play an animation here. Watch. Okay? So, and I can take it back to where it was at. I'm not sure how to do that. I haven't messed with this in a while. I guess I could, here, I can just back it up this way. Okay, so if I bring it in from our point of view, and I'm going to back this up so you guys get to see this. You're going to get to see exactly what we're talking about, right? Now, I'm not sure how to slow this down either. So I'll tell you what, I'll just step it forward. Okay, so see it diving in? That's how far above. This thing was almost vertical, right? On the ecliptic. Remember, the ecliptic is that line. I think it's this line right here. I'm pretty sure that it is. No, it's not. Sorry. That's not the ecliptic. Anyway, just remember that the equator of the sun's the ecliptic. All right? So look how it dives in here. See what the tail did right there? That right there, you can tell where the ecliptic's at. Because the solar wind is blowing strongest at the ecliptic right there, basically. When this comet is crossing the sun's ecliptic, it's getting hit like that. The tail's going to start changing direction, right? So if I back that up, and we can zoom in a little bit if you guys want me to, or zoom out, whichever's. I think the zoomed out version probably gives us a little bit better of a view there. So if I come in here, watch this tail. Wham, right? That's exactly what happens. So, look, you see that? You see what I'm doing right there? I am looking directly at the sun from behind Earth. Look where the comet tail's at. Now, if I flip to the side, look. You see what I'm saying here? Now, this isn't going to show you how long the tail is. Those are all just an animated thing, okay? Earth's not that big. If I was to change this to real size, it would be one of these little dots. Okay? They have to do this so we can see it. But anyway, so if I go forward, Earth's going to continue to orbit. And plus, guys, we got Venus over here. Venus over here is called the Comet planet. All right? And I think I can show you why. Let me do this. Let's go to, let's back that up. Let's do this. This is going to be a real quick thing, okay? Here we go. I'll do it this way. We'll do it for... This is the sucky thing about these kinds of things. I have to preload all this stuff so I don't waste your guys' time. And this, I wasn't planning on showing this till just now, so forgive me, please. Let's go back to the 20th. Yes, I know, 420. Everybody get a chuckle out of it. Anyway, okay, we'll just do, yeah, we'll just do 2 days. This is the coronagraph, okay? This is, I'll hit search here, and I'll show you what yeah, this is the coronagraph. That's Venus, guys. What's it look like? It looks like a comet, doesn't it? If we were to zoom in right here, and actually, matter of fact, I think this one here, this other coronagraph imaging, shows it better that way. Look at that. That's Venus. So let me try to zoom in. Look. So if you don't know what you're looking at, you would think, oh my gosh, what is that? Right? I know I did when I first seen stuff like that. But that's Venus. Now when Mercury gets on the imaging here, it doesn't look like this as much. Venus is made up of a whole lot of different things people don't want to be in encounter with. I'll just say that. It's a very volatile planet. And but that's why they called Venus the Comet planet. Remember, the comet is getting ready to dive in. But it's out here, I think. I think it's outside the view of this, of stereo A, as far as the corona. It might not be. I don't know. But we had some. I showed you guys the other on my last video a comet coming in here. One of the maps comets. So yeah. Now that's just so it's freaking cool, isn't it? Hey, D Griffith. Hey, you're good. You're good, man. Guys, if anybody should be apologizing for not being here, it should be me. Okay? So please don't apologize. It makes me feel bad. I'm going to get, yeah, I'm getting more consistent anyway. I'm doing things in my life, putting things in place to where I can be here. Like, every day like I used to be. So just know that. And I watched a video on a guy that does YouTube stuff. And the most important thing for people, including myself, when I'm watching other people, is for the person that's doing the channel to be consistent. And I have completely failed at that. I'm transparent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I really, it almost gets me emotional because that's not who I am. And I let things in my life just got me there where I couldn't, but just know that I wanted to be here. And so just know that, okay? And I thank anybody that's here, thank you so much for being just who you are. Nobody's attacked me or anything. Nobody, you know, I get it. I understand. And I also understand that YouTube as a whole is actually struggling right now. I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not. Back in September, there was a massive view drop across the whole platform because of AI. And right now there's a big demonetization push because they're trying to get rid of repetitive content because of AI. And it's a hard thing for them to figure out. I'm not blaming them even, guys. Okay? I'm not blaming anybody. I think it's just a product of our world today. I really do. And I don't like to push my issues off onto something like that. And I won't do that. But anyway, so thank you for being so loyal to me and for just sticking around and just watching and sharing and still being members, things like that. It's just, it blows my mind how just awesome you guys are. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you. And my moderators, I don't say this enough at all. And I'm sorry, moderators, I should be more cognitive of that. You guys, oh my God. Yeah, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for them. I promise you that. You guys are just awesome. Especially my managing moderators. You know, Idea, Miss Dragon, Trinity, Rip, Jammer, who else? Hilly, Axe, all you guys. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But, yeah. I love all you guys. And thank you for just sticking with me. And I promise that I will work hard to be here every day. I'm changing my verbiage. I'm not going to promise every day anymore because I think that's where I started jacking it up. I promise you I'm going to try. So please check back every day. Turn your notifications on, guys. Okay? Alright, so also, guys, check this out. Did you guys know that there is I would have to show it to you again, but there should be a hype button down here. Did you know you can hype somebody's video 3 times a week now? You as a person that watches YouTube, there's a hype button. And that hype button will push the video out. Help the algorithm push the video out further. I ran into that about 2 weeks ago. I was like, wow. I'll have to find it and I'll show it to you guys later. So if you guys want to hype my video, I would be freaking over the moon for that. I mean, come on now. Anyway, so let's talk about this one time real quick, all right? this thing is getting brighter because of what Dr. Tony Phillips is saying here. All right, this is the latest video, right? He's showing you the comet. It's called what was it called? I think it's called, gosh, where did it say it? I think it's called forward scattering. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay, it's a forward scattering of stuff, right? It's the dust from the comet getting lit up from behind from the sun, from our perspective. Okay, so it appears to get brighter. It's really not. All right? So everything's coming into play there. I just wanted to make sure you guys seen that. And we are expecting some geomagnetic storming. So if anything big happens, I definitely will be here. But I'm also probably going to be... Bob, you're awesome, man. Blue Kool-Aid. Well, thank you, Wise Jen. Thank you. See, she found it. I guess I'm just like, yeah. I mean, wow, that's awesome. Thank you. And I'll say this, that because of my own fault, I'm gonna highlight that comment. I'm gonna need help getting back in the algorithm. That's as simple as that. I don't ask you guys to do anything other than share and view. That's it. Like the videos. Guys, it's also important to come back and leave a comment, because after I end the live stream, typically with during the live stream, I might get lucky and have 1,000 views on that. And then all those other views come from people that are on the, the replay crew is what we call them, obviously. So we could get out to more people. If you guys come back and just leave, I don't care if it was, hey, wages, that's it. That's all you got to do. Ain't got to be some big, massive, long comment. It just has to be a comment. So I would really appreciate that, at least for the next few weeks, to try to get me back going in a and I'm just going to be honest with you. I haven't lost a whole lot of subscribers. And that's unusual for me being as inconsistent as I have. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys. All right, guys. So I'm also, if you guys noticed, I'm going to concentrate on the front of the video and get all the space weather stuff out. Right? So just so you guys understand that. And thank you guys just for being who you are. And just know that I love everybody. I truly do. You guys have been, and get over and check out everybody. Look at my subscription list. You guys know my moderators. Go check out all their channels. We got to support each other. Collaborating. I'm planning on bringing people on. I'm going to do somewhat of a channel relaunch. I've talked to Adam. Adam's going to come on. Cindy and Mike from Evolutionary Energy Arts, they're going to come over here. We're trying to work out time frames. Axe and Nacho, Mark Pyers, and Ron Tyler. Guys, you guys got to get over and check him out with his earthquake information and other emergency information, preparedness stuff. So, and Angel's Wing, she's here. Everybody's got channels. Please go check them out. It's important to support everybody, because if we don't, that's how we get past all these little bumps, right? Smaller channels will start falling off, and I hate to see that. And right now, this problem I'm having is my own fault. They really ain't having a problem. That's what I'm trying to say. I haven't lost that many subscribers. I just need to get back in the algorithm so I can keep doing things and doing good for me and my family. And you guys are a big part of that, or you're all of it, to be honest. So thank you so much. Just know that I don't expect anything. Okay? I usually don't even ask about this stuff. So please just leave a like and do all that YouTube stuff. And we'll check out the hype thing also. I'll try to figure out how I can do that, and I'll show it to you here live at the end of one of my streams. But yeah, so that happened there. I guess the biggest thing here would be to let's just end it on this screen right here. This is something I was going to show you guys the other day, and I couldn't get here to get a video up, and then I showed it to my mods because I took a couple screenshots and small videos and sent them to some people here behind the scenes, and then the next day I come out and because nobody ever shows people the stereo A imaging anymore, and I came out the next day and there was like 3 or 4 people had showed it already. I was like, well, I guess they got to see it already. So I wasn't too like urgent anymore. So, but this is a good way to see the tail. Anyway, guys, I love all you guys. I'm sorry I kind of went off a little bit off of that. So, but yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and we will see you later. God bless. And I plan on doing an update tomorrow. If anything big happens, I definitely will. But keep a look at my community posts, okay? I'm also on X, okay? X and Facebook. Those links are in the description. So if you guys go follow me over there, I send notifications out. And then even I'll even sometimes post stuff there. And if you guys want me to communicate to you guys there, I can. That's very quick to do. I can say, hey, I'm not doing a video today, or hey, I'm doing a video here, here, and here. So go follow me on X. And Jammer, happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. See, I can't sing the regular song. You think I'm kidding about that, don't you? I'm not. If I was to sing that song right now, you know what it would do? It would end my live stream. I have literally seen them shut somebody's live stream off for that. D. Griffith, you're awesome, bud. Guys, he's from down under. Just so you know. Hey, Tiffany, good to see you. We're going to highlight Jammer right there. Happy birthday, brother. I appreciate you, man. So anybody wants to come back and, tell him thanks, that's what we'll do. In the comment section, come back and tell Jammer happy birthday. How about that? Let's do it that way. That's cool. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you, YGen. Thank you, guys, everybody. And, guys, prayers for what's going on in the world. Okay, I'm not going to talk about all that stuff here. We talk about that over on Marfugal. Okay? And I like to give people a break over here on that stuff. So, hey, girl, good to see you, everybody. Hey, seriously, I am so glad you guys are here. And Jammer, hey, I'll hit you up a little bit later, okay, bud? Get some rest. His back is struggling, and his hands. And his wife is struggling with the same kind of stuff. It's, I'll tell you what, this world is, yeah, it'll beat you down, man. All right, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.